Love me, I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi, and them suicide doors, Ari Kari. Look at me now, look at me now, oh. I'm getting paper, look at me now, oh. Look at me now, yeah.
What is going on YouTube? What's happening, man? Y'all could have been anywhere else right now. Y'all could have been watching y'all other videos, but y'all decided to click on this one. So I just want to say I appreciate it. So welcome to another episode of Trucking Truth. Y'all already know it, when I post this video, it's Monday. So hey, happy Monday. Get up, grind, whatever. So welcome back to another episode of Trucking Truth. I am your boy Aaron Hamilton, and today we're going to be talking about negotiating and negotiating tactics and what you need to be able to negotiate effectively whenever you're talking to brokers about moving a load. Okay, now again, I can't stress this enough. I am a flatbed driver. I own a flatbed. I own my truck. So I base my information basically off of flatbed structure because I don't know much about the load information and all that stuff dealing with any other type of trailer except for what I got. Okay, so with all that out the way, before we get into the hot tamale, let me get this out the way. If y'all haven't done so, please like, comment, and share, this video. Especially if you find the information useful, share it. Get it out there, let other people hear it, so that way, they could learn from it too, especially from owner-operators, independent owner-operators. Okay? Also subscribe, and when y'all subscribe, make sure y'all hit the bell over there on the side, so that way y'all will be notified every time I upload a video. And once I'm able to get the live and I can start going live for y'all, y'all be notified every time I go live, so that way I can interact with you guys personally. And then make sure you guys also follow me on Instagram at TruckingTruth15. Instagram at TruckingTruth15. Alright, and shout out to my wife, Sherelle. She's always beautiful. And you guys can follow her on her channel called THC or the Hamilton Crew. And y'all can go over there and y'all can follow her and watch her tutorials and interact with her as well. So with all that out the way, let's get into our video. Okay, this is basically to tell y'all what y'all need to be able to negotiate and maybe help y'all to be able to negotiate more effectively whenever you're trying to book a load. Okay, I can't stress this enough. There's a lot of owner operators out here. There is a lot of owner operators out here, whether they're talking to the dispatcher or they're on a load board talking to a broker, and they end up getting a load that is not worth moving. Okay, they end up getting stuck with this heavy ass freight, and they move the shit and it doesn't pay them what they need to be paid. Okay, that's why you need to know these very crucial things. You need to know your cost of operation. You need to know what you're willing to run for. Like in my cost of operation, I need to make $500 a day. I'm not going to run anything for no less than $1,000 a day. So that way I'm making $500 a day. Okay, and I work on a 7-day scale because I'm an over-the-road truck driver. And if you guys know anything about cost of operations, I did a video on it, but I could do one again where it's just cost of operation, where I basically talk to you guys. And I probably will make another video about cost of operation. I'll probably be my next one. So I'll break it down just in that video alone, so that way you guys are getting more intimate detail about cost of operation and how to figure that out. But I'm on a 7-day scale. And if you're home every weekend, you'll be on a 5-day scale. Okay, so if you do 5 times 7, that's $3,500. Bring home profit. Okay, now it doesn't necessarily work all like that. There's a lot of factors that come into it, and not every load is going to pay the same as the last load. So that's why negotiating effectively and running efficiency and being consistent helps you make the most money and gives you the best experience as being an owner operator. Okay, you don't be the owner operator. Don't be the guy that just comes out here and hauls every and anything or whatever, all because they just want to keep the wheels moving. Okay, if you're not making the most you can, then there ain't no point in doing it. And I believe the best way to grow in your business is to grow your knowledge. So anyway, let me get into it. You need to know your cost of operation. Okay, like I said, my cost of operation is $500 a day. Okay, you also need to know how much you're willing to work for. How much, okay, because everybody knows cost of operation. That's your breaking even point. How much do you want to be able to put in your pocket that you would consider reasonable? Okay, those two. Then you also need to know your commodity, and you also need to know your lanes. Okay, now commodity, what goes inside a commodity, you need to know, weight, size, and basically the overall value of what it be to run that type of freight. Okay, you also need to know your lanes. When you know your lanes, you can also figure out, a particular lane. Let's say going from Lancaster, Tennessee to Columbus, Ohio. Most freight in this area pays $1.90 a mile, so that's a good thing. So you need to know your lanes. You need to know, your commodity and all of that. So I sit here and said, basically all that to help you all out. Now, whenever you're getting on a low board, now I can't stress this enough. Low boards are not there for you to use all the time. Low boards are basically was designed to help get you out of a load, or to get you out of a situation, or whatever, when there ain't no direct customer freight, or you ain't got no brokers that you know personally out there to be able to get you a load, to get you back into your lane. You know what I'm saying? For my lane, I like to basically go from Chicago and run south, then cut over east, and then back up north towards Chicago. Alright? And then just sticking with the Midwest, down south, and southeast, and back up. Okay? That's particularly the lane I like to go. So you need to know the kind of lane structure you would like to run. Alright? So it basically helps in it. So if you have brokers, when you're using low boards, your number one mission is to establish relationships with brokers. Yeah, I know some brokers they're going to cheat you. Some brokers are out there that won't be firm on no price. Some brokers they're not really going to move. But the one thing you gotta know is your phone. As long as you got service and you paid your phone bill, your phone can always keep calling. And there's more than one broker out there, there's more than one person out there, and you can find up to many different loads. So when you're negotiating, okay, knowing them things, like you know what you want to make a day, you know what you want to work for, you know your lanes, and you got an idea of the commodity. When you have that sitting in the back of your head, when you talk to the broker, the very first thing you want to do is you want to sit here and be confident, okay? Because you know what the fuck you're doing. A broker would take advantage of you in a heartbeat if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you're not confident, So if you don't really know what you're doing and you're not confident in what you do, brokers and all of that, they can sense that. They're trained to pick that out of you. So that means you're giving them the upper hand. Okay, so you want to be confident in what you do and what you offer. Number two is you want to be professional. Don't talk to any broker. Don't talk to anybody you deal business with, whether it's the carrier you work for or a driver next to you. Don't talk to anybody unprofessional. Be professional at all times. So especially when you're talking to the broker, and don't be afraid to have a little bit of small talk. So especially when you're talking to a broker, ask them how their day is going or how their morning was and stuff like that. Because your overall mission is to try to build a relationship with that broker, okay? Because that could be a broker that's definitely got more freight in this particular area, and that could be an asset to you, okay? So be professional. Don't be afraid to have small talk. Be confident. okay, and then know what you're doing. Now, when you're talking to a broker, you know your lane, you know your commodity, you know all of that stuff, okay, understand the difference in the load board and how it's set up. Now, in my last video, I basically give y'all a description. If y'all see a load on the damn load board already with the price on it, okay, that means that load is not negotiable. That is the set price. They'll accept a lower price if you want to try to bid cheaper, but if not, that's the load that you have to take it for. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and you as a driver, you as an owner, operator, or business owner is to make the most you can. And if you see a load that has no prices, it usually means one or two things. The very first one is like really rare, but sometimes you will get it. I actually encountered it last week. Okay, you will get offered a load, or you'll be calling about a load, and they'll say, put a bid on it. That's when knowing your lanes, knowing your commodity, being confident, and all of that, and actually knowing what the fuck you're doing comes into play. Okay, because you gotta be able to learn how to use a calculator, make sure that you know what you're doing, so that way you can make a fair, cheap offer to the broker, but it's not too cheap for you to be able to pull it, and you're making the most out of it. Because the goal in bidding is to bid the lowest to be able to get the load, but you do not want to underbid yourself to the point now you're only running for pennies instead of running for dollars. Okay, so that type of setup right there, that type of negotiating, that's really rare. Using load boards, most of the time when you deal with stuff like that, you're dealing with it when you have direct customers. All right, the second way is basically they're going to give you a preset price on that load and what they're willing to pay you to haul that load. Okay, but it's negotiable. In other words, you can negotiate that price. The price is flexible. They're willing to come up, but a broker's mind is to try to pay the least. Your mind is to try to make the most. So you got to learn how to compromise in the middle, and that's when negotiation comes through. So I'm going to run this down basically to help you guys out. So let's say you're on the phone with a broker. Ding! Hey, this is such and such from such and such. You're basically going to say, yes, I'm calling about my name is Aaron Hamilton from A&S Freight Express, and I'm calling about a load that I seen on 123 load board, or DAT load board, or DAT load board. And I see that it picks up here in Lancaster, Tennessee, and it's going to Columbus, Ohio, 400 miles, and I was just wondering if I could get more information about that load. And it's a load of steel pipes, and it's a load of steel pipes, and it's paying $800. Okay, $800 on it. Then you need to ask, okay, well, what's that load required? What's the weight on it? And how big are the pipes? Well, the pipes are no more than 40 feet long. It's no tarp. All you gotta do is strap it and roll out. Okay. Now you're sitting there using your calculator. $800 for 400 miles. What is it? Okay, that's $2 a mile. Okay. Then let's say, but you need to make $1,000 a day, right? So you need to make $1,000 a day. So this is when you know what the heck you're doing, and this is what you're telling them what you need. Well, I'm just trying to figure everything out. I mean, how's your day going by so far? You know what I'm saying? And then they're having that little bit of small talk. They'd be like, oh, not too bad, whatever. Okay, and then, all right, so you said no tarp, and it's 400 miles, so you guys are paying $800 on that load. I can move that load for $11.75 based off of my calculations, so that way I can make a profit off of it that's decent enough for me to eat off of. They're going to counter offer you. They're going to counter offer. Okay, they're going to counter you with another one. It'll be like, well, you know, we could give you $9.50 for it. Okay, so basically you guys are going to counter until you can get close to your goal of making $1,000 a day. So let's say now you said you're willing to get paid $1,100 for it. Well, I could take $1,075. That is probably the lowest I could go for it, and I really want this low because it's going to put me in a good area. And then they're going to be like, all right, well, you know what? How about we could do $10.50? Would that be fine? And you'd be like, yes, sure, that would definitely be good. What time is the pickup and what time is the delivery? All right, send the right car to me. Just like that. Just like that. It's basically how the conversation will go. And when you're confident and you're professional with them, they're not going to, most of the time, they're not going to try to take advantage of you. If you're a weak negotiator, they're going to take advantage of you. If you're a pushover, you really need to learn if you're a fucking pushover because they'll take advantage of you. These guys are trained to sort that out. They're trained to be able to tell that just by the sound of your voice. So you need to be less gullible, more determined in what you want in life, more determined in what you want in a business, and be willing to negotiate and be confident in the ring with them. Okay? And then once you get the load, do that load right. Do that load right. Keep up the communication in between you and that broker, because at the end of the day, when you're using a load board, it's about to establish relationships with brokers, especially in a certain region of where you're at. Okay, one of the questions I ask most of the time to a broker, especially if I'm in an area that I constantly go, but don't have no one down there that really knows what they're doing and can find me freight that pays pretty good out of there. One of the things I ask is like, do you move a lot of freight out of this area? And they're going to tell you yes or no, yes or no. Okay, and then you'd be like, all right, I'm going to keep your number, and next time I'm back down here, I would love to pull another load for you. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, well, this is my direct line, call me anytime. Dead serious. And then you just build a relationship off it. Okay, that's going to help you when you grow and being able to get your own numbers, or if you already got your numbers, that's going to help you become more sustained and secure in your business, and that also allows you to grow. So hopefully you guys find the information that I'm giving you guys about negotiating these loads. Like I said, hopefully y'all finding this shit to be useful. Especially for those who use load boards, talk to brokers or freight agents all the time, okay? So hopefully y'all find this information useful. Don't be afraid to negotiate anything, okay? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to try to say, I'll do this for this. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of doing it, okay? Because it only means it's going to be better for you. So, I don't care if you guys heard it over there. I don't care if y'all heard it over there. Because over here, I'm really going to give y'all the mother trucking truth. Nothing more, nothing less. And as always, it's also been a pleasure, man. I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody's having fun. I hope everybody's enjoying life. For real, I really do hope everybody's enjoying life. And I really hope everybody's being safe out there. Okay? And as always, catch y'all on the other side.